Welcome back, everyone. As we just told you, the Labor Department releasing their latest unemployment numbers today. It's down to 8.1%, with 115,000 jobs being added in the month of April. So, is the job market making a rebound now? Presidential candidate Mitt Romney joins me now to weigh in. Good morning to you, Governor.
Good morning, Gretchen.
So we'd love to get fresh reaction. 8.2% unemployment to 8.1%. 115,000 jobs created, 115,000, instead of 160. Is that the number we should be looking at, or the unemployment rate?
Well, we should be seeing numbers in the 500,000 jobs created per month. This is way, way, way off from what should happen in a normal recovery. The reason that you're seeing the unemployment rate go down is because you have more people dropping out of the workforce than you have getting jobs. It's a terrible and very disappointing report this morning. Clearly, the American people are wondering why this recovery isn't happening faster, why it's taken years and years for the recovery to occur. And we seem to be slowing down, not speeding up. This is not progress. This is very, very disappointing. And a lot of American people are having very hard times, and this is not good news this morning.
But politically speaking, the president can go out on the stump and say unemployment has dropped in the last month, right?
I think the American people know that their lives are not better than they were 3.5 years ago. They know that the incomes in this country have not risen, they've fallen. They know that the president in his first months in office said that he would hold unemployment below 8%. And we've had 38 straight months of unemployment above 8%. This is the longest period of high unemployment that we've seen since we started collecting these records back in 1948. It's a terrible record, and it shows that the president's policies have simply not worked. It's taken far too long for our economy to recover, and the American people understand that and want to see new direction that'll get this economy going, like getting rid of Obamacare, getting our energy resources to be used to create jobs here and to keep our cost of energy down. And, of course, long-term, getting our economy on track to start eliminating the deficit.
Well, no doubt the economy will be a huge thing that people will be considering in November for the election. One other thing might be foreign policy. And in the last couple of days, we've seen what's been unfolding in China with this blind dissident who at one point said he wanted to stay in China. Now he says he wants to come to the U.S. Now this morning, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton was there. It appears that they're going to allow him to be a student at some point in the United States. Is this going to be the face of foreign policy, this Chinese dissident, as we move forward towards the election?
Well, I actually think that one of the great attributes of this country is that we are a beacon of freedom to the world. And the fact is that as Mr. Chen sought freedom, he came to the U.S. Embassy, and we should be proud of that. Some of the press reports coming from China suggest that we may not have been as effective in protecting his freedom as we should have been. And if those reports are true, that would be a very dark day for freedom. But let's wait and see what the reports finally show. Hopefully we can get security and freedom for this gentleman and for his family and colleagues. Recognize, of course, America is very different than China and from other places in the world, where we have freedom of the press, where we have personal liberties. Mr. Chen was protesting the one-child policy in China, the fact that people are told how many individuals they can have in their family. We have to thank our founders in this country and our maker for the fact that we have the freedoms that we have. And I hope that our country always stands as a beacon of freedom and does not succumb to the pressure of other nations that would like to repress that message.
Earlier this week, your foreign policy and national security spokesperson, Richard Grenell, an openly gay man, resigned from your team. He thanked you in his resignation, that he thanked you for believing in his abilities, but he felt it was time for him to go. What is your response to his resignation?
Well, we wanted him to stay with our team. He's a very accomplished spokesperson, and we select people not based upon their ethnicity or their sexual preference or their gender, but upon their capability. He was a capable individual. We're sorry to have him go, and actually a whole series of the senior people on my team and my supporters called him and encouraged him to stay, but he expressed a desire to move on, and I wish him the very best.
I know that you're going to be meeting with Rick Santorum today, and in a couple of weeks, Newt Gingrich. Are you expecting to get Rick Santorum's endorsement today?
Well, I expect that you're going to see us all come together. You see in our party a great deal of enthusiasm about making sure we get America back on track. and that we start creating the jobs that the American people have been looking for, and that we see the rising income that people have been looking for. But by the way, during the Obama years, the median income in America in a household, on a household basis has dropped by over $4,000 a year. I mean, people are hurting. Even if they got jobs, they're hurting.
But and do you think he'll endorse you today after that
policies
meeting?
To get it going.
Governor, I don't mean to interrupt you, but do you think...
I don't know. I don't think we have plans for an endorsement today, but I think all Republicans will come together in the final analysis and support my candidacy. We said so on the stage when we were running and in debates against one another. I think the key thing is we're going to come together and get this economy going.
All right. Always great to speak with you. You look like you're in a beautiful setting now.